Welcome back to the Agile Auditor Risk Vigilant Bar at Freshers. We're jumping right in today. In this explainer on Bulletproof P2P, we are tearing into a topic that is absolutely fundamental to the procure-to-pay cycle, release orders, or as you'll often hear them called, the call-off. Look, as auditors, it is absolutely critical that we approach these systems with a sharp investigative eye. We need to understand the mechanics of how companies buy, how ERP systems track that spend, and, most importantly, where the controls fail and things go terribly wrong. So let's get into it.
Part 1. The 10,000 Laptop Disaster.
Picture this scenario for a second. A company's procurement team completely knocks it out of the park, on paper. They negotiate this brilliant, highly discounted master contract for 10,000 laptops, and the plan is to deploy them over a 2-year period. It's a massive win for the budget, right? Well, fast forward to a totally random Tuesday. Due to a massive internal failure, all 10,000 laptops arrive at the corporate headquarters on the exact same day. Now, obviously, the company had zero warehouse space to store a delivery of that magnitude. So what happened? The delivery pallets were just left sitting outside in a parking lot, and every single one of those 10,000 laptops was completely destroyed by rain. So, as investigators, we have to ask the million-dollar question. Why exactly were 10,000 laptops left to drown in the rain? It wasn't the vendor's fault. It wasn't some random supply chain glitch. It happened because a single buyer on the corporate floor just clicked the wrong button. They fundamentally did not understand how to execute a proper order against their own contract. Put simply, they had no idea how to use a release order. Let's strip away all the jargon for a second. A release order, which again you'll hear called a call-off order out in the field, is essentially just a mini purchase order. But it's not a standalone document. It is issued directly against a larger master agreement. It communicates a very specific instruction, basically telling the vendor, hey, this is exactly how much of our massive bulk order we actually want delivered right now. This one simple, critical document is literally the only thing preventing a company's warehouses, or parking lots for that matter, from being totally flooded with inventory they aren't ready to use.
Moving on to Part 2. The prepaid water analogy.
Think about a standard prepaid water delivery service. Imagine you pay upfront for 50 large water jugs because the vendor gave you this massive volume discount. You've secured a great price, and you've secured your total volume for the year. But obviously, you do not want 50 giant jugs delivered to your small apartment today. You have nowhere to put them. You'd literally be tripping over them in your living room.
So what's the logical process instead? Well, step 1, you just wait until your water dispenser is empty. Step 2, you pick up your phone and shoot off a quick WhatsApp message to the vendor, asking them to bring, say, just 2 jugs. Step 3, a small, manageable delivery arrives right at your door. You are only asking for exactly what you need, exactly when your dispenser runs dry.
Here is the kicker. That quick little WhatsApp message that acts exactly like your corporate release order. You aren't creating a brand new contract every time you need water. You're just triggering a small, highly specific delivery against your existing master balance of 50 jugs. You are calling off a tiny fraction of your total contracted volume. Let's see this in a corporate setting. Part 3, XYZ Limited and the call-off. Let's say in January, a buyer named Ria signs an outline agreement, which is just SAP speak for a master contract for 12,000 safety helmets to cover her company's needs for the whole year. Fast forward to the first week of March, and the factory floor realizes, hey, we urgently need 500 helmets right now. Ria doesn't have to start some tedious, time-consuming new negotiation with the vendor. Instead, in the second week of March, she logs directly into SAP and simply issues a release order specifically for those 500 helmets. By the end of March, the vendor ships the helmets, completely honoring that pre-agreed discounted price from January. And this is where modern procurement systems really shine. The second RIA executes that call-off, the SAP system automatically updates the corporate ledger. It immediately does the math and shows that XYZ Limited has exactly 11,500 helmets remaining on their master agreement, ready and waiting to be called off later in the year whenever the factory needs them. Which brings us to Part 4, Master versus Release Order. Let's clear up the confusion. Listen, beginners mix these two up all the time, so let's frame this binary contrast really sharply. On the left side of the equation, we have the master, or outline agreement. What is it? It's the giant umbrella contract. What does it actually do? It locks in the total volume and the discounted price. But hear me on this, no trucks move. A master agreement does not ship products, period. On the right side, we have the release order, the call-off. What is it? It is the actual trigger. What does it do? It specifies the exact quantity you need today, and it tells the vendor to put those items on a truck right now. Keep these two distinct in your mind, and you will never misread a procurement audit trail. Part 5, let's talk about the over-release red flag. This is the ultimate auditor's catch, the over-release limit. If a company's master agreement is legally capped at 10,000 units, like our disaster of a laptop example from earlier, a properly configured ERP system must strictly, without exception, block any buyer from ordering the 10,001st unit. The system's rules are meant to act as an iron gate.
But as auditors here at Risk Vigilant Bharat, your literal job is to hunt for vulnerabilities. You need to be actively looking for broken system configurations. You are searching for instances where buyers have somehow successfully issued a series of release orders that, when you add them all up, total way more than the master agreement actually allows. When you find that a limit has been bypassed, that is a massive finding. It means the company is actively exposed to unapproved spending and unauthorized budget overruns. You are the final line of defense, catching that rogue spend before it hurts the bottom line.
Part 6, final recap and tease. I want you to lock this rule into your brain. The master agreement sets the rules, but the release order is what actually moves the truck. That one sentence perfectly cements the relationship between these two vital documents. Remember it. Now, I want to leave you with a provocative question to chew on as you step out onto the audit floor today. Are your company's master limits actually blocking over releases? Or is unapproved spending driving out the gate right now while everyone looks the other way? Keep hunting for those risks, guys. That wraps up today's explainer. But stay vigilant, and I will see you in the next installment of Bulletproof P2P.